Hi guys, my name is Acharima. Once again, welcome to this Kikuyu channel and thank you so much for choosing this channel. Now, I have another video for you guys where we're going to learn more about and how we if you're outside there, please make yourself comfortable and without wasting much time, let's get started. The first word we're going to look at is the word greetings. How do we call greetings in Kikuyu? Greetings are called geithi, geithi, geithi. Those are greetings. Now, how do I say, how are you? How are you? Wemwega. How are you? Wemwega. What if I'm speaking to a group of people or many people and I want to ask those people how they are or how are they or how are you guys? How do I say that? Moriega. Moriega. That's how we say that in Kikuyu. Now, let's continue. How do I say to stay? To stay, goikara. To stay, goikara. Let's form a simple sentence with the word to stay. Let's say, for example, you want to say, I stay in Nyeri. Jikaraga, Nyeri. Jikaraga, Nyeri. Just as we have said, to stay is called goikara, goikara, goikara in Kikuyu. Now, the next one is the year of 2020. How do we say that in Kikuyu? The year of 2020. Mwaka wa girigere na mirongo ere. Mwaka wa girigere na mirongo ere. Mwaka wa. For example, you not necessarily using the year 2020. Maybe you just want to say the year so and so. So you just say mwaka wa and then you state the specific year. Now, let's go ahead. How do we call peace in Kikuyu? Peace, thayu. Peace, thayu. Now, how do I say, let me tell you? Let me tell you. Tareke gwere. Let me tell you. Tareke gwere. Tareke gwere. Gwere is to tell. The act of telling someone something is kwera, kwera, kwera modo. To tell someone something. Now, let's go ahead. What about to borrow permission? How do we say that in Kikuyu? To borrow permission, kuhoya, rodha. Kuhoya, rodha. Kuhoya is to borrow. Permission, rodha. Kuhoya, rodha, to borrow permission. Now, the next one is to remind you. To remind you. Maybe you've forgotten something and I want to remind you. How do I say that? Gokoririkania. 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 Gokoririkania is to remind you. Now, to the word remind is koririkania. Koririkania or koririkanio. To remind someone something comes from ririkana. Ririkana is remind. Now, let's go ahead. The other one is to ask. How do we say that in Kikuyu? To ask, koria, koria. Now, maybe I want to ask someone a question. Reke gorie kyoria. Koria is to ask. Kyoria, question. Kyoria, question. That's to ask. Koria. Korea. Let's continue. Now, the other word we're going to learn is the word country. What do we call a country in Kikuyu? How do we call a country in Kikuyu? It's called forori. Forori. For example, I want to say I come from the country Kenya. Nyumete forori wa Kenya. Forori wa Kenya. Nyumete, to come from. Forori, country. Wa Kenya, the specific country. Nyumete forori wa Kenya. I come from Kenya, or I come from the country by the name Kenya. Now, to discuss goshira. To discuss is called goshira. Goshira is discussing or to discuss. Now, what do we call stupidity? Stupidity in Kikuyu. Orimo. Orimo. Let's say you want to say someone is being stupid. Ena orimo. He's stupid, or he's just being stupid. Orimo. Now, the next one is to agree. How do we say that in Kikuyu? To agree. Koiguidhania. Koiguidhania. That's how we call that in Kikuyu. To agree. Koiguidhania. Koiguidhania. Now, the next is it's true. If I want to say it's true, how do I say that in Kikuyu? Nema. It's true. Nema. What about if I want to say it's a lie? Nemaheni. Nemaheni. Now, maheni means lie or lying. Ma means truth, truth, or something that is real. Ma. That's why we say if something is true, we say nema. If something is a lie, we say nemaheni. Let's go ahead. What about ground? How do we call a ground in Kikuyu? Keharo. Keharo. That's the name we give to ground. The next one, to talk. To talk, kwaria. For example, I'm talking right now. Now, I'm talking. How do I say that? Kwaria. Kwaria, to talk. Now, the next, to hear. To hear or to listen. Okay, let's concentrate on to hear. Koigua. Koigua. I'm hearing you. Koigua. Koigua. Koigua is to hear. What about to listen? I'm listening to the radio, or I'm listening to you. Godhikereria. Godhikereria, to listen. Godhikereria, to listen. I'm listening the radio. Nidirathikereria radio. Nidirathikereria radio. Or you can even say, I'm listening to you. Nĩndĩragũthikĩrĩria. 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 Now, the next one will be to plead. To plead is gũthaitha. I'm pleading with you. Nĩndĩragũthaitha. To plead. Gũthaitha. Now, also, gũthaitha can also mean like to soothe. When you are soothing a baby to keep silent or to stop crying, you can say, nĩndĩrathaitha mwana atige kũrĩra. Gũthaitha mwana, to soothe the baby. That's just another meaning of gũthaitha. Let's continue. The other word will be to tell them. To tell them. How do I say that? Mere. Mere. Now, for example, I can say, tell them. Tell them to stop. Mere matige. Mere matige. To tell. To tell. Mere. To tell them. Mere. That's how we say that in Kikuyu. Now, the other word will be a case. What do we call a case in Kikuyu? Sira. Sira. A case. Sira. Maybe there is a case for a certain land and you have to appear to court. So you say, Sira wa mogoda. Sira wa mogoda. A case for the land or a certain case concerning land issues. Shira wa mogoda. Sira. The next word will be I know. Nejoy. I know. Nejoy. I know I have to come. Nejoy. Negoka. Nejoy. Negoka. I know I will come. Nejoy. I know. Now, to call you. Weta. To call you. Weta. Maybe I want to call you to come to my wedding. No, I want to call you to come in my house. Nĩndĩragwĩta ũke gwakwa. Nĩndĩragwĩta ũke gwakwa. My place. Gwĩta is to call someone, or to call you or her or him, and so on and so forth. Let's continue. To continue. Thiĩ na mbere. To continue. Thiĩ na mbere. Continue what you are doing. Thiĩ na mbere na ũrĩa ũreka. Thiĩ na mbere na ũrĩa ũreka. What you are doing. Na ũrĩa ũreka. Thiĩ na mbere is to continue. Continue with what you are doing. Thiĩ na mbere na ũrĩa ũreka. That's just an example of a sentence with the word to continue. Let's go ahead. To forget. Kũriganĩrwo. Forget or to forget. Kũriganĩrwo. Kũriganĩrwo. To forget. Kũriganĩrwo. Now, almost. Almost. I'm almost there. Hakuhe. Almost. Hakuhe. Let's use the word almost in a sentence. Let's say I'm almost there. Ndi hakuhe na hau. Ndi hakuhe na hau. I'm almost there. Ndi hakuhe na hau. Almost. Hakuhe. Now, to stay silent. Gokira. To stay silent. Gokira. There are some people who love staying silent. It's just their own way of dealing with things. So you can say nemarakira or nyorakira. Wokira is to stay silent, or someone who doesn't like talking much or saying much. People who just stay low key or just silent. Wokira. To go backwards. To go backwards. Sometimes in life we go backwards, it just happens. That's just life. To go backwards. Gushoka nathutha. Gushoka nathutha. Going backwards. To go backwards. Gushoka nathutha. Nathutha meaning backwards. Nathutha meaning backwards. It comes from the word thutha, which is behind. So that's the word nathutha. Gushoka nathutha, going backwards. What about to go forward? Guthie mbere. Guthie mbere. Guthie mbere. To go forward. Going forward. When you're focusing in something and you're just focused, you're just maintaining your forward focus. Guthie mbere. Guthie mbere. Guthie mbere. Mbere meaning forward or front. That's where the word mbere comes from. It means the front or forward. Mbere. Guthie mbere. Let's go ahead. Now, to be able to. To be able to. Maybe to be able to do something. How do we say to be able to? Kuhota. Kuhota. Maybe you can say I was able to drive the car. Nidrahotire gutwara gari. Gutwara is to drive. Gari, car. Kuhota is to be able to. To be able to do something. Being able to do something. The ability of doing something. Kuhota. Kuhota. Now, let's go ahead. The next one will be I don't want. How do I say that in Kikuyu? I don't want. Direda. Direda. I don't want. I don't want. Direda. Maybe you can say I don't want the food. Direda irio. I don't want the water. Direda mai. I don't want to go. Direda godie. Direda. I don't want. Simple. Let's go ahead. The next one will be we don't want. If you're speaking to a group of people or a group of people is trying to say they don't want, how will they say that? Totireda. Totireda. Totireda is this plural form of direda. Thus, totireda. When there are many people saying or a group of people saying they don't want. Totireda. Let's continue. It's getting a bit complex, but we are learning this language. This language is very, very sweet, and I hope you're getting it, and with time everything is gonna be fine. So let's go ahead. The next one will be to refuse. To refuse. How do I say that in Kikuyu? To refuse, korega. To refuse. Kurega, maybe someone has refused school. Kurega shukuru. Shukuru is school. Refuse going to school or refuse to learn. Kurega gudoma. Kurega gudoma. That's the word to refuse. Kurega. Kurega. The next word will be no problem. No problem. Gotire thina. No problem. Gotire na thina. No problem. Gotire thina. Gotire no thina problem. Gotire thina. No problem. The next word or the next thing we're going to learn is where is the problem? Where is the problem? Where kodena? Where is the problem? Where kodena? Thena is problem. Weko, where? Where kodena? Where is the problem? That's how we say that in Kikuyu. The next word will be problem. How do we call a problem in Kikuyu? A problem is called vena. Vena. A problem. Vena. Many problems. Madena. Madena. Maybe I want to say I have many problems. I have so many problems. Dena madena. Dena madena. Maige. Dena, I have. Madena, problems. Maige, many. Dena madena maige. I have many problems. That's just a simple sentence with the word dena. Now, let's go ahead. We are almost done with this lesson tonight. Just a few words and then we call it a day. Now, to laugh, godeka. Godeka, to laugh. Godeka. Let's construct a sentence with the word to laugh. He laughs a lot. Neadekaga mono. Neadekaga mono. He laughs a lot. He laughs so much. He just laughs. Neadekaga. He just laughs. Laughs. Neadekaga mono. A lot is mono. The next word will be to add. Kuogerera. Kuogerera. To add. Maybe you are adding something, and the other word you just say kuogerera. Kuogerera geke na geke. I'm adding this and that. Kuogerera geke na geke. This and that. Geke na geke. Kuogerera, to add. The next word is to hate. How do we say that in Kikuyu? Komena. Komena, to hate. Komena, to hate. I hate smoking. Nimenete kogushia digara. Or nimenete kogushia wadigara. I hate smoking. Nimenete kogushia digara. That's just a sentence with the word hate. Komena, to hate. Komena. The next word, the last but not least, is to mature. To mature. Kogimara. To mature. Kogimara. We know that many people start maturing up at the age of 20s plus, that is plus. So you just say Nearagi Mara. Nearagi Mara. He is maturing up. He or she is maturing up. Kogimara, to mature. The last word in this video, ladies and gentlemen, will be to make people happy. To make people happy. How do we say that in Kikuyu? Wokenia ado. Wokenia ado. Wokenia is to make happy. Ado, people. Wokenia ado, people. It comes from the word wokena, which is to be happy. To be happy means wokena. To make people happy, wokenia ado. Ado meaning people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. I hope you are able to learn something tonight, and I hope you are coming along with me. As you can see, the language is getting a bit complex, and we are still learning. We are not yet there. We are still learning. Thank you so much for taking your time. Thank you so much for watching me. Until we meet in the next video, please stay tuned and goodbye.